This probably has to be one of the worst teams I have ever seen play football. This team is a joke. This team is a goddamn joke. The gloves have to come off. Deshaun Watson is not an NFL quarterback. He should be in prison. He should be in fucking prison. He should not be on an NFL field. He should not be my quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But he is. I can't change history. He is the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. He should not be. And it's all because of Jimmy Haslam spending $230 million dollars on a guy that had 27 women come out and accuse him of sexual misconduct. We overlooked that. Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski made their pitch to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson turned us down. That should have been the end of it. That should have been the end of it. Deshaun Watson said no. Apparently, it's a word that he allegedly doesn't know what it means. He said no to the Cleveland Browns. That was the end of it. Should have been the end of it. But, like Deshaun Watson, allegedly, Jimmy Haslam apparently doesn't know what the word no means. Says, we'll give you $230 million fully guaranteed to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Who cares if you haven't played football in 2 years? Yes, there may be a suspension where you may miss most of the season, but who cares? We need an adult at quarterback. We need someone other than Baker Mayfield to take up the mantle and to beat our quarterback, to lead us to a Super Bowl. The adult at quarterback has been one of the worst quarterbacks since the Browns came back in 1999. We are entering Deshaun Kaiser territory of absolute negligence, of absolute just shit quarterback play. This team is a goddamn joke. It starts with Jimmy Haslam allowing Deshaun Watson to come here for $230 million fully guaranteed and to absolutely destroy this team. Not even just this team, this freaking franchise. This team is a joke. It is a joke. Jimmy Haslam and Paul DePodesta and Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski all deserve blame. They all deserve blame. Now, there's different portions of the blame that can be given out. Like, for me personally, Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam and Paul DePodesta deserve way more blame than Kevin Stefanski. Because at least Kevin Stefanski, for the first 4 years of his career as the Browns head coach, had success. He had success. He went to the playoffs twice. Last year, he went to the playoffs with 4 different quarterbacks: PJ Walker, DTR, Joe Flacco, and Deshaun Watson. We'll get to Joe Flacco in a minute, by the way. Have you seen what he's been doing today? I'll let you guys know. By the way, game hasn't ended yet. There's still 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the game, by the way. Jimmy Haslam is the one person, the only one, that you can blame for Deshaun Watson being the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Not Andrew Berry, not Kevin Stefanski, Jimmy Haslam. This Deshaun Watson is not an NFL quarterback anymore. He's not. He's not an NFL quarterback anymore. And after his bitch ass gets off this team, no NFL team is going to sign him. You think they're going to sign him after what they've seen him do for the Cleveland Browns? After only having 1 or 2 good games for the Cleveland Browns? He's not going to be in the NFL after this year, probably. Jimmy Haslam is the number one person to blame for Deshaun Watson being the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Andrew Berry. Let's talk about Andrew Berry. You guys, if you're new, I have not been a fan of Andrew Berry. I have been saying this since 2021. I think he has been way overrated by Cleveland Browns fans, and I think This year is finally the year that people are starting to get out of the mindset that Andrew Berry is some 4D chess player where he's just making these deals and like, oh my God, wow, he's making so many great moves. Most of the players that he's picked have been terrible. Jedrick Wills is goddamn unplayable at this point. He's not even worth a top 10 pick. He's not even worth a first round pick. This guy is terrible, okay? Let's talk about the different defensive tackles that he's also brought in. Tommy Togiai, where is he now in this league? As the game has gone final 34-13, by the way. Tommy Togiai, where is he at in the league? No idea. Siaki Ika, the one player I did not want the Browns to take last year. Where is he at? On the practice squad, a third-round pick. Where's Perrion Winfrey? Oh, he got in trouble with the law last year. Fourth-round pick. Gone. Isaiah McGuire, what's he been doing? No idea. He showed up. He did one thing last week. Congratulations. Alex Wright has been okay. Grant Delpit, okay. JOK, really good. Probably a superstar level. Great. Denzel Ward, not picked by him. Martin Emerson, okay. He's been terrible this year. Last 2 years, pretty decent. Greg Newsome, first round pick. Where the fuck has he been? Where has Greg Newsome been? Have you ever heard Greg Newsome's name in a positive light since his rookie year? No. That's another Andrew Berry pick. Another Andrew Berry, fantastic pick by Andrew Berry. Jamari Thrash, fifth round pick this year. Really decent in the preseason. Where has he been? Nowhere to be found. We traded a second round pick for Elijah Moore. Where is he? Where has he been? Where's Elijah Moore on this team? We got his fucking dad tweeting out on Twitter about, oh, my son's open. Why aren't you passing him the ball? We're literally dealing with Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad again. We're dealing with another one. 2 years later, 3 years later. This team is not serious. This is not a serious franchise. This team is a fucking joke. It's a joke. And guess what? We have to suffer through this. These guys can go out there, smile on the sidelines, chill out with our towels over our heads. We can talk to one another, laugh to the bank. Oh, so what are you guys gonna do when you're still here? What are you gonna do tomorrow on your off day? Oh, I'm gonna sit here in my mansion and play video games all day. You already know they don't give a shit. The only person who probably cares is Miles. And we're wasting his career. That's another point I want to get to. We're Joe Thomasing Myles Garrett's career. It's time to blow the team up. This is not working. It is time to fire people. Andrew Berry has to go. I am sorry for all you Andrew Berry stands who like 4D chess. Laser eyes for Andrew Berry. He is terrible. He is a terrible GM. He's a terrible evaluator of talent. He is terrible. Andrew Berry has to get fired this year because this season shows that most of his players that he's picked and traded for are terrible. Amari Cooper has basically quit on the Cleveland Browns. He has to get traded at the trade deadline this year. I would personally try and trade Miles as well because we are going to Joe Thomas his career, and I want the guy to at least have some sort of winning career, get at least go into a Super Bowl, at least a deep playoff run, because he's not going to get it when he's on this team. He's not. He's not going to get it when he's on this team. And we are wasting one of the greatest defensive players of the last 20 years. We are wasting the talent of one of the greatest players of the last 20 years of football. Myles Garrett does not deserve this. He should not be here. He should not be here, not because he's bad, but because he's too good for this fucking sorry-ass franchise. And I'm sorry for swearing, but it has to be said. The gloves have to come off. The team is a joke. This team, this franchise, the people who run it, the people who own this franchise are a joke. And we do not deserve this. Browns fans around the world and in Cleveland do not deserve this God-forsaken team. We do not. And it's a joke that we have to sit here every Sunday, every week, for 17 to 18 weeks and witness the worst football to be played for the last 25 God-forsaken years. This is a joke. 10 years, Jimmy and Dee Haslam have had this team. No, for longer. 12 years. 12 years since 2012. The Haslams have had this team for 12 years. Are the Browns better before they had the team, or are they worse? Some may say worse. I cannot believe what I have been witnessing this last couple of weeks. It's time to blow everything up. It's time to rebuild. Trade Miles. Let him have some dignity in his final couple of years of good football. Do not do what Joe Thomas did. Do not have Joe Thomas go out injured and not winning anything. Do not do that to him. He does not deserve it. Myles Garrett embodies what Cleveland is supposed to be. Hardworking, shows up on time, works his ass off to be the best player he can be. He embodies what Cleveland is. That's not the Browns. The Browns, we have to be honest as Clevelanders. The Browns are not Cleveland. They're not. They have Cleveland in their name. They're not Cleveland. They don't work hard. They don't succeed. They don't show up on time. They don't give a shit. They don't. They're not Cleveland. We have people wanting to use the dog pound title. You're not dog pound. You're not the dog pound. You're cheap imitators. You're cheap imitators. You are nothing compared to the real dog pound. You are not Cleveland. You are bums. You're jokes. You are frauds. Rich, pampered, overpaid millionaires who believe that they can get anything they want if they sign a check big enough. You are frauds. Absolute waste of space. And every goddamn week, every year, Browns fans have to sit here and take it every goddamn year. When is it going to be enough? When is enough enough? How much more suffering can a franchise and a city and a fan base take before we say enough is enough? How long? How much longer do we have? Because personally, I don't. I don't have much longer to wait here and to sit here and to just be absolutely wasting my time with a sorry fucking franchise that clearly doesn't give a shit. They don't care. We'll get the same speech after the game and throughout the week. We gotta be better. We gotta be better. Oh, I gotta be so better. We gotta look at the tape. Oh my God, I gotta be better. I gotta do better jobs. I gotta coach better. I gotta play better. So then why don't you? Why don't you? You say it, you don't do it. We have people who want to be Cleveland. They're not Cleveland. The Browns are not Cleveland. We as Clevelanders, we have to just stand up. You are not Cleveland. You're not. You are cheap imitators. You will never be Cleveland. You should not be part of Cleveland. You guys are overpaid, pampered millionaires who do not deserve the affection and the passion that the Browns fans give this team, this sorry-ass franchise. Bums. You are bums. And this is one of my final things. Browns fans, do not buy tickets to the Browns. Do not. Do not. I do not want to see that stadium full the rest of this year. Hell, the rest of the next couple of years. Do not sell or buy tickets to this sorry team. Do not give Jimmy Haslam money. I would rather you boycott this team. I would rather you do hashtag boycott the Browns. I would rather see that on Twitter than people spending $250 to go to a football game just to see this team go out there out of the tunnel. Do not go and buy tickets to the Browns. Do not do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. Do not do that to your family or your friends or your girlfriend or whoever you're going to take to this goddamn team. Do not do that. Do not spend money on this team. Boycott the Browns. This team does not deserve any of your love, any of your passion, any of your anger. This team does not deserve anything from Clevelanders. They don't deserve any fans because Jimmy Haslam, Paul DePodesta, Andrew Berry Kevin Stefanski, the rest of his coaching staff, the rest of the players outside of a couple of players, JOK, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. Outside of those three, no one deserves any fucking passion. No one. No one. Nick Chubb, 4 people. 4 people on this godforsaken team. No one deserves any sort of loyalty or passion or anything. No fandom. They are overpaid, pampered millionaires. They are not Cleveland. They are not Cleveland. They don't deserve any of the passion that Browns fans give this goddamn team every goddamn year. They don't. I am sick and tired of wasting my time. I'm sick and tired of seeing people waste their time watching this team, believing, hoping that this team can turn it around and win a Super Bowl, or at least go to a Super Bowl. I am slowly but surely getting to the point of just never caring. I'm slowly getting to the point of never caring. And I'm sick and tired of seeing posts year after year, seeing people saying, my dad died never seeing a Super Bowl. My grandfather died never seeing a Super Bowl. Jimmy Haslam and Dee Haslam, they don't care. They don't care. Why would they care? They got billions of dollars. They'll spend more money trying to get more of an ownership in the Milwaukee Bucks. This team does not deserve any passion, any loyalty. They're not Cleveland. They're not. It's time to rebuild this thing, blow everything up, just absolutely destroy and dismantle this team. Once again, we're back to draft talk, baby. Back to draft talk. And by the way, going back with Joe Flacco went 33 of 43 for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns today. But we couldn't keep him because Deshaun Watson's ego might get hurt. A 29-year-old, $230 million player who has the ego of Donald Trump and the confidence of a 13-year-old girl. That's who we chose over Joe Flacco. And by the way, Baker Mayfield went 18 of 24 for 3 touchdowns and $180 on Thursday night and lost in a shootout to Kirk Cousins. And we chose Deshaun Watson. This team deserves every single bit of bad karma and failure. They're a joke. They're the worst team in the NFL. They do not deserve any passion. Do not buy tickets to any more games this year. Make them feel, I don't want to even say hate. Do not, just make them feel uncomfortable. Don't give them comfort. Don't give them any comfortability. They don't deserve to feel comfortable. If that means that more visiting fans go to Cleveland Browns games than Browns fans, so be it. Who cares? Honestly, who cares at this point? They haven't given anybody, any Browns fan, a reason to go to games. So why show up? Who cares if Ravens fans or Steelers fans or whoever goes to Browns games more than Browns fans themselves? Because you know why? Browns fans, the Browns haven't given anyone, any Browns fans, a reason to go to games. And the only way that the Browns fans can do anything to change what's going on, hurt Jimmy Haslam's wallet. Hurt his wallet. Don't buy jerseys. Don't buy merchandise. Don't buy any tickets to games. Don't spend any money on the Cleveland Browns. Don't. Just don't. Don't spend any money. They don't deserve your money. They don't deserve your passion. Just boycott the Browns. Boycott the Browns. Until they fix this godforsaken franchise, until they fix what they have broken, what they have destroyed, don't spend any money on this team. Don't. Just don't. All right. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. like this type of content. You like my misery. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If we can get boycott the Browns going on Twitter or wherever, I don't know. Something has to change. There has to be some sort of change. We got to boycott the Browns or something. Something has to change because this is not worth it. 25 years of just crap. 25 years. Something has to change, and we have to do something to get them to change. And that has to be by boycotting them, hurting their wallet. It's the only way we can do it. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for your support. I don't even know how to... I don't know what else to say. I don't. I'll see you guys all in another video. Take care.